3 steps to get hard. No, that's not one of them. Step 1, flip hat sideways, and then strike a pose. Step 2, pull down jeans to your ankles and strike a pose. Now the last step. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Welcome to Durant Cinema. We're going reviewing Get Hard. Now this movie stars Will Ferrel and Kevin Hart. Now what the movie's about this millionaire, James King, he's got it all. He's got all the money, he's got the hot wife, he's got the nice cars. You know, he's on top of the world. Until one day, he gets arrested for supposedly doing illegal activity at his work. Now he has 30 days to prepare himself for a 10-year sentence. And in those 30 days, he hires Kevin Hart to go train him to be really tough and prepare himself for the prison mates. He hires Kevin Hart because he thinks he went to jail because, well, he's black. Now what I thought about this movie? This movie is pretty much what you expect it to be. There's nothing really twists or turns. It's just like what you see is what you get pretty much from the trailers. This movie kind of made me get soft. Now Will Ferrel, usually his movies for me are hit and miss. He can make one of the funniest movies ever. For me, it's a very underrated movie, Kicking and Screaming. I absolutely love that movie. I think it's really great. And then other times he just does random stuff like this movie. Dude, what are you thinking? And his character in this movie kind of reminds me of his stepbrother's character. It's like this grown guy, but he's a child. And it works in Step Brothers because that's what he's supposed to be. But in this movie, it's just like, what the hell? Like, his character was just like an idiot. The same character. He didn't have any, like, depth to him. It was like nothing. It was just like all the same thing. And to balance that off, of all people, you have Kevin Hart to balance off Will Ferrel. Kevin Hart, of all people. I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of Kevin Hart, but lately in the past 2 movies, including this one and Wedding Ringer, I actually thought he did a pretty good job. His character, he's got a lot of depth to him. He's a family guy. He pretends to be like a prison mate. He explores a lot of emotion, like he's concerned about Will Ferrel and like he wants to help him out. Like, you get a lot of range with him. He was one of the best parts, I think, for me in this movie. And I'm starting to kind of like the guy. He did have some funny moments, like, that actually made me laugh out loud. And then 80% of the movie, I was like, now, if you asked me in a couple days what those funny jokes were in the movie, I would probably forget. Yeah, I would probably forget about them. They had some funny moments here and there, but you completely forgot about them after a while because the story was just so dragged out. They had a lot of segments where they were like trying to force jokes at you. It was just like, it wasn't working. And that's what the story, I just felt like the story was going nowhere. They went from place to place to place, but didn't really seem to have like a huge impact on the movie. We're just doing a bunch of random stuff in this film, and the villain, you figure like, oh, alright, there's a bad guy in this movie. He was just like thrown in there. It was just like, oh yeah, I'm the bad guy, but you'll probably see me for like 3 minutes total. It just felt thrown together. It was pretty much like, hey, Kevin Hart, want to do a comedy? Yeah, sure, man, sounds good. What's it all about? I don't know, I'll think about it while we're filming. It felt like that. No one should see that. Overall, the movie was just okay. It's just like your typical Will Ferrel movie. It's just nothing special, nothing crazy. There are some funny moments in this movie. Like I said, all these jokes felt forced. At times it worked, other times it didn't. Now don't get me wrong, it just didn't work for me. I'm sure a lot, some people are gonna laugh at all this stuff. Like, there were people laughing in my theater, having a good time. But it didn't hit for me. It just didn't work. I felt like it was just all over the place. Alright, now it's time to rate this movie. I'm going to have to give Get Hard a 6.3 out of 10. And yeah, that's it. I'm only going to see this movie once. Now, if you guys like this video, hit like down below, leave me a comment. And if you want, you can even subscribe to my channel. And you guys can contact me on Facebook and Twitter. I use those now. But, yeah. I hope you guys have a good day and enjoy.